Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. We're excited to present to you your benefits package. This is open enrollment. I'm Brandon White,
And I'm Mandy Fermanek.
and we are with CapFi Consulting. We are your benefits consultants. And so what we do is we review your benefits each year with the Portco leadership team to determine what is the best and most competitive package for you and your dependents. We renew September 1st. That is the policy year, so it runs September through August. And also, as a reminder, your benefits do run calendar year, January through December. So this year we did go out to market, and what that means is we like to review your benefits with other carriers, and it was determined that there was a better package out there. And so we have decided to move from Cigna, and we are moving to a company called Meritain, who is owned by a national carrier, and maybe you've heard of them, called Aetna. They are one of the biggest carriers in the country. They have a huge network. It does match up very well with the Cigna network. So we're hopeful that your doctor will be in this network. You know, we like to say it's close to a 98, 99% matchup in the network. There might be one or two or a little bit of a disruption, but hopefully your provider will be in the Aetna network. What we'd like to do today in this video is briefly review the benefits, because good news, we are going to change over with almost the current benefits that you have today with Cigna. So there shouldn't be any disruption when it comes to the actual coverage. This is great, and we appreciate Portco for stepping up to do this. We're in a time right now where a lot of employers are looking to save on costs. So they are reducing benefits, coming in with higher deductibles, higher out-of-pockets, narrowing the network. These are all kind of cost solutions that companies are looking to do, but it was decided by Portco to keep the benefits as closely as we can for their employees and their dependents. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to go through an employee handout that reviews the benefits, medical, dental, vision, life, and short-term disability. And again, you will be getting these documents along with the video, and then also documents that go into the benefits in more detail. Okay, so first is the medical plan. And we also put in here your costs. We do show what Portco is contributing as well, which is a very generous amount. Again, they are stepping up to pay a bulk of the premiums. And hopefully this is a review for you. If you're new, then you can obviously look at it in more detail. But we're going to continue with a dual benefit package for the medical. The first is a HSA plan. This is a $3,000 deductible plan for the individual, $6,000 for the family. And again, as a reminder, with a health savings account, this is a pre-tax benefit. So your contributions into the HSA are pre-tax. This is a great way to save on your tax dollars. But for that to be allowable, the IRS requires all of the benefits subject to deductible. The only thing that is not subject to deductible and is not on here is a preventive care visit. That is covered at 100%. That includes physicals, mammograms, OBGYN checkups, also a preventive colonoscopy would be covered 100%. Other than that, including prescriptions, you're going to have to satisfy the deductible before you get the coinsurance amount. Once you've satisfied the deductible, Aetna, Meritain will pay 80%. You're responsible for 20%, up to this out of pocket. This is kind of your worst case scenario. What would you have to pay in a calendar year? Let's say if you have a big surgery that costs $100,000 as an individual, the most that you would pay is $6,350. Then you would be covered 100% from that point. Again, this is your cost for this plan, and this is a per pay period. Then if you want to have more of a traditional PPO plan, this is the benefit of a $1,500 calendar year deductible for the individual, $3,000 for family, much lower out of pocket at $4,000 and $8,000 for family. And then you have benefits that are not subject to the deductible, and you have copays. So you have a $30 copay for a primary care physician, or if you go to a specialist, it's a $50 copay. Again, this has a little bit more flexibility. You have prescription copays here instead of it subject to deductible. So question is, if I have a lot of ongoing treatment that doesn't quite reach the out of pocket, then this may be the better benefit for you. If you don't have a lot of care, you may go to the doctor once or twice. The HSA is a good plan to go to. I would say too that if you have a lot of care and you have high cost stuff, then the HSA may still be the way to go, because then you're able to contribute to an account, and then you know you're out of pocket, you're going to hit it at $6,350. Other than that, those are the medical benefits. And again, we'll have this in more detail for you to review. Mandy, anything to add?
You mentioned it at the beginning, but I wanted to mention it again, that these new plans with Meritain, Aetna, are going to have in effect September 1st. So I like to remind people, when we're making a change like this, you may not have your ID card in hand on September 1st. So I like to remind people to get their prescriptions filled with Cigna prior to the end of the plan year. Get all those things in line so that maybe on the 1st of September, they're not scrambling around looking for medications and things like that. So that would be a good thing. And then you also reminded everybody that any deductible that you've hit so far in this calendar year will be credited over to Meritain. It just does not happen on September 1st. So that takes a little time for them to get the report from Cigna, load it onto the Meritain Aetna platform. So you will be seeing and getting credit for your deductible expenses.
Those are great reminders. Thank you for doing that. And now we're going to shift to dental. Again, dental is also moving away from Cigna and going to Meritain. Again, this is Aetna. Those are kind of the same names that you'll be familiar with. Very similar benefits, but there is a different network. And we will show you how to look up your providers here in a minute. But it's going to be the dental Aetna network. Again, here is the contributions from Portco and your contributions that you will need to pay per pay period. Just to review quickly, $50 deductible for the individual, and then $150 for the family. The benefit maximum is $2,000. This is a very generous benefit. Most benefit maximums we see are $1,000. And then you're covered in full, your office visit for preventive. And then if you have basic and major, it's 80/50. And then orthodontia is covered at 50% up to $1,000 max. Now shifting to vision, good news here is we actually did upgrade the benefit here. Here are the contributions that you will need to pay. As you can see, it's a very inexpensive product benefit. $10 for the copay for the exam, and then $10 for any materials that you may need. Exams, you are covered every 12 months. And then the frames, lenses, you're covered every 24 months, but we've been able to upgrade this. Before it was only covered up to $80. Now we're covering up to $150. And then also for contacts up to $150. This also has a network called the VSP, should be very similar with the Cigna network. VSP is the biggest vision network out there. Then some of the other optional lines are voluntary life. This is the time to be able to buy up for voluntary life. And then also the short-term disability, which is being provided for you. And this is in case if you were to go out for a short time, you would be able to receive an income, and we will have the full benefit summaries on the ancillary lines. All right, now moving into a couple of resources that we think will be helpful. We know it's tough to navigate through benefits, so hopefully this will be insightful for you. We're going to go to the how to find a doctor online. It's going to be the Aetna point of service 2 that you're going to put in, and we're going to do a quick demo with Mandy. And so, Mandy, you're up.
Thank you. So as Brandon mentioned, you're going to be receiving a lot of materials, packets with full benefit summaries so that you can really dive into the details of everything we're talking about today, and also how to get network access and how to look up your providers. But if Brandon lets me share my screen, I will take you to the Aetna page. So in these documents that you'll be receiving, there are links there where you can look up providers. And so what they're going to want to ask you to do is they're going to have you put in your zip code. I'm going to just go ahead and use mine because I like to make it about myself. I'm going to search within a 25-mile radius, and then they're going to ask me to select a plan. And this is the important part. And this is all over the flyer, so you will be able to have access step by step to this. But we're going to look for the Aetna Choice POS 2 open access, and we're going to select that. Once we select that, then we continue, and then all these different categories come up of different searches that you can do on this website. So if you're looking for a hospital or facility, if you're looking for urgent care, behavioral health, walk-in clinics, labs, everything is here for you to search. And so I recommend that if you see a doctor currently and you want to continue seeing that doctor, you make sure that they are in the network. I know a lot of times people like to call the provider, the doctor's office, and ask them if they're in network. A lot of times those people don't know for sure. So the best way to do it is to go to the website. And that's why we wanted to show you how easy that was. So you would be doing the same exact thing. If you pull up the dental flyer for me, Brandon, you could also do the same thing for dental. And if we scroll down on that flyer, you can see what that network is called. We will.
I got it right here.
Thank you. You're a great assistant, by the way. So again, you'll find an online directory. And if you scroll down on this, we can kind of see that it's going to take you step by step, but I really want to let you know that you're going to choose Aetna Dental administrators under select a plan. So again, that's the important piece of the network search, is to know what you're searching for. So I think the really good news is that all of these networks are huge. Like Brandon mentioned, you shouldn't have any issue finding providers. With Cigna, for your vision, you used VSP, and we continue to use that VSP network with this plan as well. And so this is a flyer showing some extra savings that you can get, special discounting, just because that you're in this program. And also, as Brandon mentioned, your benefit has increased a little bit on this vision plan too. So those are great things. We want to make sure everyone has access and understands. And you will have access to all these flyers and resources so that you can go step by step and figure out how to look up your provider network.
All right, let's shift back to the
mobile app
and website.
Yes, and this is really great. And so you will be able to download this once you have a group ID number. And so we don't have that quite in place yet, but you'll get information on that. And so you will go to the Meritain website and you will register there. And then at that time, you'll be able to access things on your mobile app and website. So you can download ID cards there. You can access deductibles and out-of-pocket amounts. You can look up EOBs. You can also search provider networks at that site as well. So I just want to let you know there's a lot of great tools and resources with Meritain. And again, you will have all these instructions. You don't have to remember everything we're saying right now. You will have everything so that you can easily maneuver and navigate the new networks. The minute
I could
clinic.
hit on this one, Mandy, if you'd like.
I'd love you
This is-
to.
Oh, well, thank you for letting me chime in occasionally. This is called the Minute Clinic. I think this is a great benefit for you through Meritain and Aetna. So just so you know, maybe you already do, that Aetna is owned by CVS Pharmacy. And they have partnered with Target stores, and you'll see in Target that CVS Pharmacy are in those stores. They have these clinics where you can go in both as with a scheduled appointment or just a walk-in. And this can, encompass any type of care that you might need. So this is just a good flyer to remind you, if you've got something that may be urgent and you need to get in, this may be a good route for you to go to. The next thing is the prescription. There are going to be a couple changes here. So each carrier partners with a mail order vendor or partnership for the prescriptions. With Meritain and Aetna, it's going to be Caremark. So if you do currently have a mail order, you will need to redo this. I know that is kind of disruptive, but hopefully you can do this pretty easily. You're going to go into this website here, caremark.com. And again, if you have any problems with the websites or you're better on the phone, there's always a good phone number on the back of your ID to call for either a provider or for mail order. They will help you step by step to get through this. But if you want to go online, it'll explain here how to get your mail order prescription changed over to them. Just as a reminder, you get 3 months supply for 2 months copay. So you do save a little bit of money. Also, the specialty pharmacy is changing to Caremark as well. If you are taking a specialty pharmacy, these are higher cost infusions, injections, those types of things. Definitely go on and get this changed over so you don't have any disruption in your care. The other thing too is a reminder for generics. 95% of drug utilization are through generics, and about 95% of drugs there is a generic equivalent. So this is set up in a way that it's going to drive generic drugs. Now, if your provider prefers the brand name for you, they will dismiss it or dismiss it as brand name. So it will override the generic, but obviously it's going to be a different payment for a brand name. If they don't put anything like that, it'll automatically refer to the generic. The good news too, that this isn't a new upgrade as well. On the HSA plan, if you're enrolled in that, there is a list of generic medications for preventive that will be now at a copay instead of subject to deductible. We will try to get that list to you, and that way you can see if you're taking a preventive generic drug, perhaps you now can pay a copay in the HSA plan. Just as a reminder, as Mandy said, if you do have some drugs that you're on, now is the time to get those refilled so there's no disruption come early September. Well, Mandy, I think that perhaps may do it at this point.
I do have a couple things to add on the
Oh,
pharmacy,
okay.
if I may.
Please do.
Just so
Yes.
you know, it's CVS Pharmacy, but you don't only need to go to a CVS Pharmacy. There is a host of pharmacies that are in network with this plan. I will mention a few: Walmart, Walgreens, Costco, Target. So there's lots of places, Safeway. That you, yes, thank you, can still go. Rite Aid is in the network. So I just didn't want anyone to be nervous and think
People
that
still go to Rite Aid, Mandy?
that some people do. Some
Okay,
people do.
all right. Just want to make sure.
So, just wanted to let you know, we also have a list of that, which can be distributed as well. So just if you're looking for making sure your pharmacy is in the network, please do. And there's lots of them available to you.
Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. We hope this is helpful. We know that benefits are very important for you and your families. We want to be here to help. You know, this is a change for you, and hopefully we've tried to make this as less disruptive and keeping the benefits close and providing a good network for you. We wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thanks.